Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a review and wear test of the Milk Makeup Flex foundation stick. Now this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Not a while, but it did launch a couple weeks ago. So during the VIB 20% off Rouge sale, I did pick it up. My friend and I actually both went to Sephora and we both bought the same foundation. We were like, oh my god, friendship foundations. But yeah, this is one that actually really intrigued me because it had a lot of different claims and I feel like it was a launch that just kind of popped out of thin air. I mean, at least to me, I don't think it was something that was like super hyped and anticipated, but when it launched, a lot of people went crazy. And yeah, I thought I would do a review and wear test on this guy. I have worn this foundation twice before, so it's not a first impression, so I'm able to give you more of a well-rounded review and opinion as to how I feel about this. So yeah, this is going to be kind of like a wear testy, not really get ready with me. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera, so it's not like a super long video, but I am going to wear this out and about in the heat, and it's still pretty hot outside. Vegas doesn't get cool until like October, so yeah. We're going to really put this through the test today, and I am going to be trying it with products that aren't super mattifying or like long lasting, so we can really see how it wears throughout the day. I kind of have an idea because I have worn this, as I said, a couple times before. So yeah, without further ado, if you want to see a review and wear test and all the claims on this guy, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. So this guy right here is the new Milk Makeup Flex foundation. It retails for $36, I believe. What the packaging looks like, it's kind of like a glossy white durable packaging. It's plastic, but it feels a little bit more heavy. This is what the foundation stick looks like. It's really standard but really solid packaging, so I really like it. And yeah, let's read the claims on this guy. It claims it's a medium coverage, natural finish foundation that covers, calms, and flexes without creasing or caking. So it's my understanding that it's more of a universal type of foundation for oily skin and dry skin. It says it's medium coverage. Honestly, in my opinion, you would really have to build it up to get medium coverage. Now, as someone who doesn't like to build up foundation, I honestly just get a light coverage out of it, and I'll show you today when I put it on, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And yeah, I have the shade medium beige, and this is actually a great color match for my tan. They have a great shade range. Milk Makeup's shade range is usually like on point. They have another foundation that I've never tried before, but it's like a liquid, it's like the Blur liquid foundation, and they have the Flex concealers as well. So yeah, I'm really excited. I personally love the Hourglass stick foundation. This kind of grew on me, but this is probably my favorite stick foundation, and I also like the Milani Conceal and Perfect stick foundation as well. I would consider these to be pretty comparable. It's not a matte finish. Neither is this technically, but I think this is something that could work for you because it really does like flex with your skin. It's really weird and hard to explain, but I do think it's great for that, and it doesn't tug. It's really easy to blend. I obviously prefer blending my foundations in with a brush in general, but especially a stick foundation because it is solid. I like to buff it out with a brush. So let's just go ahead and get to the application. I'm going to prime today with the Touch in Sol No Poreblem Primer. This is not mattifying, this is not hydrating, this is just a nice silicone base to smooth out the skin. And it just allows the foundation to sit on top of your skin and really blend in. So I want to go in with something that's not going to be like super mattifying, so we can like put it through the true test. So you can see I have a lot of pigmentation and acne scarring. Like this is like flat. Like I struggle from acne pigmentation and hyperpigmentation and acne scarring. I am acne prone, but my real issue is when the acne goes away. Like when I get a pimple or two, it only takes a couple of days to go away, but I'm left with a scar. So I incorporate like glycolic acids and vitamin E and vitamin C to really help brighten and reduce the appearance of that discoloration. So that's probably where I stand in terms of my skin type. I am oily, I am acne prone, but I'm not super duper sensitive. And obviously I have a scar right here, but
that's old news at this point.
So let's go in with this guy right here. I already went over the claims and the packaging. I'm just going to twist up like this, and I'm going to paint 3 lines on each cheek. That's what I typically do. One on my chin here. And I like to go around my scar And then that's pretty much all the foundation I will use. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics V12 foundation brush and just slowly begin buffing this out, kind of like in circular motions. And you can see like it's a natural finish. Like it's really not matte, but it gives like a pretty nice kind of coverage. If you are looking for full coverage, this is not the foundation for you. As I mentioned, this is light coverage and potentially buildable. We're gonna try building it up today just so that you can see for the sake of this video. This is by no means like a glam foundation. Like I would not wear this out for a night out on the town or anything like that. So you can see right now before I blend out my forehead, this is one layer on, and you can still see my scar right here and some of my pigmentation peeking through, my acne scars, and that's not a big deal. If you are someone who likes a lighter coverage, I think this is a great foundation. It's got great ingredients. It feels really lightweight on the skin, which is something that I also really like about this foundation. So my forehead on my scar, I'm just going to pat this in. I'm a little bit closer now. That's one layer of foundation on my skin. You can see on my right side is where I have more of that pigmentation. And it just kind of looks like it's covered a little bit, but it still looks very natural. I will say you will have to take a little bit more time to blend this out because even though it is easily blendable with foundation sticks, because the product isn't liquidy, once it stays and clings onto a spot, like you'll have to be mindful to blend that out. Whenever I swipe it on my face, I'm really careful and, you know, conscious about like just making sure it's buffed in all the way. But it is a pretty nice light to medium coverage. I don't know if there's anything super duper special about this formula. I'm going to go over my areas again with a little bit more foundation just to build it up. I don't really do this, but with a stick, it's pretty easy. I'm just going to go over some of the areas just to see how it builds. Again, with that same brush, just buffing it in. So this is all the foundation I'm going to do. I think it gave a pretty even finish. As I said, it's not super full coverage, so it's really just your preference. For me personally, in the past when I've worn this out to work, like for 10-12 hours during a whole like work day, I do find that it gets a little bit shiny. I do get a little bit oily because naturally I'm oily, so it starts to peek through. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything super special about this foundation. I'm looking at my skin and I like the way it looks, but I do think that there are other foundations out there that can give you a similar effect for a little bit cheaper and also don't make you work as hard, you know? But I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and run through everything I did, and then we will begin the wear test. All right, I am back with my makeup on. I am going to set my face with you on camera just so you can see the difference between it without a setting spray and then it with the setting spray. I went in with the Found Cosmetics Translucent Loose Setting Powder to set all over my face. I like this powder in particular for like wear tests and things like that because it's not mattifying, it's not necessarily like long lasting, it just kind of like locks your makeup into place, but it doesn't really do anything to help oils in my opinion. I bronzed with the Pretty Vulgar Bronzed Bee bronzer, went in with the Essence Touch Satin Love blush, went in with the Jouer powder highlight in the shade Citrine on my cheekbones, inner corners, and brow bone. And then for eyes, I went in with the BH Cosmetics Summer Lovin 16 color eyeshadow palette, perfect for traveling. You can see right here, it's got a great little mirror and a bunch of fun like neutrals, but also pops of color. I love this look. And then I also went in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics gel liner in the shade Deep Taupe and the e.l.f. What is this called? It's like a dual-ended matte and shimmer kind of like highlight cream shade. I went in with the matte on my waterline to make my eyes pop a little bit more. I just realized my mic wasn't plugged in. Where was I? Went in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C6 to highlight. I did not go in with Spot Concealer because, as you saw, I went in with the Milk Foundation to just kind of go over some of my imperfections a little bit more. And then I went in with the Better Than Sex Mascara, of course. And yeah, to finish off the look for lip, I went in with the ColourPop Luxe Lipstick in the shade California Love. This is one of the blurred formulas, but I thought it would complement my top. And yeah, I really like this look. It's a little bit more glam for me personally for an everyday basis, but it's the weekend, so I decided let's go ahead with it. I'm gonna give you a close-up right now of my face so you can see what it looks like without the setting spray. It looks kind of matte, maybe because I haven't done anything with it, but like I said, I did not really use any mattifying products. But we shall see how it holds up in the heat. I do wish it was a little bit more full coverage. As I said, I think this is light to medium. Medium if you build it up, but light if you just do one layer. And now I'm going to go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. If you've watched a couple of my other wear test videos, I'll link a couple below. You would know that I like using the setting spray to set my face for this kind of video because it doesn't prolong my makeup necessarily. Like I said about my powders, it's not mattifying. It just really allows your makeup to just sink into your skin, which is personally what I do on a daily basis. And I feel like wear test videos should be geared towards like what we actually do in our day-to-day. So I do set my face on a day-to-day. So I'm going to go in. Not too much, but just to let it kind of like sink in and let the makeup and powders just kind of all melt together. So now that I set my face, this is what it looks like up close. It obviously looks a little bit more hydrated and dewy now that I did that, as any makeup would look once you apply a setting spray like this on top. And yeah, it's currently noon. I am going to go to lunch. I'm going to run a couple errands, but I am going to show you my face in natural lighting, and then we'll begin the wear test. Okay, so here is my face in natural lighting. I like doing my wear test videos in front of my big bedroom window so that we can see exactly what it looks like. And yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this foundation. It's definitely not my favorite right off the bat for the reasons that I had mentioned earlier. I'm gonna take you out with me. We're gonna do a little bit of shopping, a little bit of lunching, and yeah, what do you guys think? I am curious to see how it stands up in the heat because when I wear it to work, obviously I'm inside for most of the day. So now that I'll be out and about, we'll really be able to see how it looks.
2 hours later.
Obviously had to make a stop at Candyland. Okay guys, we are about 3.5 hours in. I've been in the sun. I'm in the car right now, parked obviously, but I just wanted to show you, I did have my sunglasses on and the nose pads just kind of made like a little bit of an indent. I'm looking pretty dewy for having been walking out and about. Obviously my oils are peeking in, but that's to be expected because it is a natural finish foundation. It's not mattifying, and I didn't use like mattifying products in conjunction. Today's actually like 1:12. We have an excessive heat warning here in Vegas, so I'm gonna try to get inside, but I just thought I'd check in and show you how everything looked. I did some shopping with a friend, ate lunch, so my lipstick's a little bit blotted and coming off, but I'm getting a little bit oily, but it's not terrible. All right, everyone, this is my last check-in. As you can see, I am home. I am lying on my couch. I've had this on for about 6 hours now, and I know that's not like a super long duration of time for a wear test, but I have worn this out for like 10, 11 hours before, and I feel like I get the same outcome. They all kind of look the same after like hour 6, pretty much. So let's analyze this. I look pretty dewy right here. You can see my oils peeking through because I did get oily. I was walking outside, and as I mentioned, it was really hot. So that's that on that, but I don't think it looks too bad. The finish still looks pretty much the same as, oh, excuse me, when I first applied it. I would say that if you are oily, I would be sure to use some oil controlling products, but other than that, you guys, I'm not super duper impressed by this foundation, and I was definitely really excited about it. As I mentioned, like the ingredients were really nice and everything like that, but in my opinion, like I feel like I get the same exact effect as I do with my Milani foundation stick, and so for that reason, I don't think it's anything special. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't think it's a bad foundation. I think if you're someone who's looking for a good lightweight, because that's definitely a really good pro, is that it is a very lightweight foundation. Like I don't really feel like I'm wearing anything on my face. I think that's really good, but I don't think it's anything special. Like it's not a revolutionary formula in my opinion. It's a little too light coverage for me, and I just wasn't as impressed as I thought I was gonna be. So I'm really sad to say that because I think it's a good foundation if you don't have a stick foundation and you want a good like everyday lightweight light coverage. If you're just looking to, you know, not pile on too much, like I would definitely recommend it for that. But for me personally, I don't think it's like a standout product. I don't think it's super unique. So yeah, but that's it. This is the last form of natural light coming in right now. You can see my imperfections are peeking through a little bit still. As I said, I didn't spot conceal with anything. But yeah, that's it for the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave me your thoughts down below. If you like this foundation, what you think about it, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye.